So there's a lot going on right now when it comes to crypto and politics. Just the other day, we're seeing a lot of things happening with the election, and I don't want to get too political and pick sides, but one of the things that how it relates to your crypto is now it's basically crypto is a voting issue. There was a recent poll that was done from VanEck, and it was basically saying 38% of voters will make crypto a political issue on how they're going to vote. Right now, Donald Trump has come out as a pro-crypto candidate, whereas Joe Biden and the Democrats are pretty much anti-crypto. So they're going to have to pivot their strategy if they want to have any shot at winning. As crypto's become an election issue, you're really going to want to pay attention to who you vote for, which is going to affect legislation, regulation, and all sorts of things that relate to your private keys, how you're being taxed, and how you're able to actually access your crypto. As the presidential debate comes up tonight, there is a lot of people that believe that this is going to be one of the topics and one of the issues, as there's a super PAC called Fairshake that recently de-seated or removed from election the Democrat congressman from New York. And basically what's happening here is we're showing that these crypto political action or super PAC committees are having a huge influence over who they want in their election. Yeah, there's always going to be other factors that people consider, but I know for me personally, and I'm sure for you watching, that crypto is a huge issue that you want to make sure is accounted for. For example, if you're a Democrat and you vote for Joe Biden and he's anti-crypto, they're going to make it very difficult to use, more taxes that are going to be charged to you if you cash out, and all sorts of stipulations and regulations, not to mention the CBDC that's secretly being worked on by the Fed. And again, Donald Trump says that he will guarantee there will be no CBDC under his watch, and he's also coming out as very pro-crypto. One of the things, and again, I know that this is all politics, but one of the other big things that he did that I really, really like is the fact that he went and met with the Libertarian Party and vowed that two things. Number one, that if he's elected, he will have a Libertarian candidate in his cabinet. That's probably going to be Vivek Ramaswamy. And also, he is going to commute the sentence of Ross Ulbricht, who's infamously jailed for 2 consecutive lifetimes for his Silk Road. And he told everyone that if he's elected, that he will be released from prison and his sentence commuted, which is actually a really big deal. One of the other big things that I noticed and that I wanted to talk about was mainly when we're dealing with politics and when we're dealing with crypto, you really have to vote in your interest, not what you think the interests of other people are, not what you think a government official or elected official is going to do for you, but vote in your best interest and my best interest and our collective best interest so that we can use a decentralized currency or transaction layer like Bitcoin that isn't controlled by politicians. We want to have the same rights as everyone else. Now, granted, they can't stop Bitcoin. They've tried. It's never going to happen, but the more favorable they are, the better it's going to be for innovation, for businesses, for startups, and capital flow for our economics and our economic value flowing into the United States if we have a favorable view on how we handle these things. Right now, if you want to set up a crypto startup, there's too much red tape and too many political BS things that you have to jump through, like a bit license in New York and some other things. It's not worth it for people that have seed money and want to start crypto startups in the US. They're going to go to countries that favor them and give them tax exemptions, benefits, all other things that are going to make it easier to operate and own a business in the crypto industries. All I wanted to come on here and say in regards to that is, one, if you watch the presidential debate tonight, I'm sure it'll be entertaining either way, but look out if you do watch it that there's going to be crypto-related topics, and it's becoming one of the most interesting election issues that it really affects how people are going to vote this year. Now, we didn't really see this in 2020 as much, and we didn't see it obviously in 2016, but again, it's coming a lot in Trump's favor when it comes to who's going to be pro-crypto, who's going to support your rights for crypto, who's going to do all these different things. And not getting too political, but I'm obviously going to choose a candidate that's going to help support and attract innovation when it comes to crypto, and very much against the CBDC, and he's going to help solve that, so he says. I don't trust any politicians, but if I'm going to have to pick one, I'm going to choose the one that's going to be outspoken, or at least says he's going to do what's right when it comes to the crypto community and the crypto industry. The other bit of news, so just keep that in mind. It's a little food for thought as you watch this, and I'm going to be really interested. What do you guys think? Do you think there will be an actual discussion related to crypto on the debate stage tonight? Leave your comments down below and let me know what you guys think, and then we'll kind of revisit this to see what happens after the fact. The other big piece of news that came out today is that VanEck has now filed for a Solana ETF. Now, this is the first filing of a Solana ETF that has happened, and more importantly, this opens up the floodgates for virtually any altcoin after this happens, because once Ethereum was passing the Howey test and it was allowed by the SEC Chair Gensler, I think that we just saw the first one with Solana. My personal bet, the next one is probably going to be XRP. After that, it's anyone's choice. I mean, it could be literally a meme coin, it could be Doge, it could be literally any altcoin, because there's no distinction between Solana as a commodity, Ethereum as a commodity, or any other altcoin as a commodity. So they're not going to be able to discriminate against one altcoin versus another, not based on market cap, not based on adoption, but there's about 12 VCs, very rich VCs in Silicon Valley that control the nodes of Solana. So of course they're going to have influence, they're going to have ways to push it through. But more importantly than that, think of the biggest altcoins that have the biggest treasuries, the biggest funds, the biggest amount of lawyers. All of those different factors are going to play into what's going to be next on the ETF. I mean, Doge, XRP, maybe even Cardano. It's endless. Basically, Wall Street has found a way to make money on these ETFs, and they're just going to go down the line and file for all of these spot ETFs that they can continue to just make money on. And I think it's going to have a huge impact on the crypto market to see which one. Everyone's going to be playing the guessing and the betting game of, okay, which ETF or which altcoin is going to come next. If Solana is official at this point, who's to say that XRP isn't next, Cardano is next, Chainlink? I mean, it goes on and on and on. It's completely endless. But one of the things that I didn't do, even though that this news spiked the price of Solana by 8%, and it may continue to spike more until we determine whether or not that filing was accepted or rejected. But again, the likelihood of it being accepted is extremely high, because basically at this point, what I would admonish you to do is to take a look at what's going on the forums, what's going on next, and just stay on top of the news. And I'll keep making videos to kind of help you along with that. But at this point, this just opened the floodgates for every altcoin to turn into an ETF. Let me know what you guys think. Are you buying Solana? Are you watching the debate tonight? Also, let me know if you want more of these like news-based updates that are less focused on certain topics and more about just sort of like my thoughts on the crypto updates and the things that are happening in the world. I think that all of these things are going to have a huge impact on the rest of this bull run that happens through the end of this year and into next. So let me know your guys' thoughts. You know, I don't own any Solana. I just thought it was interesting, but I'm going to start doing a lot more research and finding out how this is going to work exactly, and which ones are likely to happen next. I already dropped 3 of my examples in this video so far, but I want to hear what you guys think. And until next time, if you don't want to wait for my next video, click and watch this one right here on the screen, and I will see you guys in the next one. Crypto Renegade out.